actually going this way. Just want to point out the ship. I used to like to look at the pictures of that show. That one came right from a boot, huh? Desert Monday. Try and focus. Ignore the distraction.
Kitchen.
Timely as it is. All too often it is. White van.
There's Liam Ash in there.
An obstacle course. Biking jogger looking for that intersect, walking a bit slow. So like 10 minutes to leg. Click. They left it. See that film? See that movie? They left. You probably have. If not, watch it. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. Did you buy it? You only had to go behind. The assumption is that intimidation is going to make me stop, of course. Obviously timed, I mean, that's what I'm saying all along, isn't it? And he actually came out the side, parked from park. So they covered every corner. Black line. That's what it says it all, eh? The Luciferian agenda. And another one. Not actually going this way. Just thinking if there's any reason to. Could have checked the cash point. Corners. Corners. As I'm expected to cross, and again. time it was kind of obvious. So I'm still going. Lewis. Had it turned off for a while because I was talking to David. David. Another David. And other. I can go for a little. I can go the long way, yeah, a longer way, little hike, or I can just get back. You know, normally these cars again sink. Normally I can go for a little hike. A red one down there that passed my former landlord, estate agent. Not forgetting, we'll play that little game again, where as soon as I appear where I am or expected to be, I just turn back and go the opposite way. I'd be going back and forth like a yo-yo, wouldn't I? As I said before, I'd never get it. I'd be just stuck. I'd be stuck in the one street. Yeah, I might get from street to street eventually. Yeah, corner to corner. You know, having to head back again. Yeah. Tell you what I'll do. I'll ding. And we'll get some anchor and shit. Artificial synchronicity crap. You know. Corner stuff, cars coming in and out, people. I'll turn round. And then just head back again. Stuff that the FBI have designated as suspicious behaviour, you know, including having a camera force, of course, or taking notes, or basically fucking anything that think anything that would serve to monitor what they're doing and allow you to keep some kind of track out. Just head back. Oh, there you go. Back again. Yeah, my fault. Put it on the face. Using to watch where I'm going. Where she's going. You should watch where everybody else is going. It's always your fault. Oh, I have to watch where you're going. This car to the left here. Who can say? Reaches for her back. Bright red. Love to get up the road if we keep tossing and turning. Twisting and turning. Oh, double red. So turn like red and black. Sink. What do you think? Corporal clink. Kitchen sink. Fight for the traffic lights. Told ya. Told ya. Careful the corner moves off. Quite with bright lights as well. We've been heading for the next corner. Because there's always going to be corners, isn't there? Right way again. By the way, it's Monday. What is that, 14th? April. Nino, Nino. Guy just came out here.
Going in? No.
Thinking about it. My friend Florin. You know Florin?
Which
Florin?
Yeah,
you don't know? There is a Florin in there. Number 23. King for the bike, by the way. 23 Enigma. Just get the bullshit on camera.
No.
This corner, yeah. see a bike for this corner now? Could be at that side though. Robert Anton Wilson. The 23 Enigma. Arthur Conan Doyle. So I wonder what he would have made a Gangstalking, eh? Counter Pro. This side. This side. What about Sherlock Holmes? Or Conan Doyle himself, yeah? Would have made of the old Counter Pro. Quintal Pro. The current Gangstalking operations. Self-righteous prick. Here's my basic take on Gangstalking. They practice the same no-touch torture. Yeah, it's called. Fuck's it, I got people coming up behind me. Yeah, it's alright. It's just the statue. You know, for the CIA so-called the so-called CIA. No-touch torture, Gangstalking, no-touch torture system, agenda, whatever you want to call it. Cat at the corner. This is Abbey Cross now. Well, can't include everything. Anyway, it's basically the same thing as Herb Goldberg, the psychologist, seen as quote-unquote maverick psychologist at the time, but it was the same with Maslow, you know, back in 30s, 40s, 50s, you know. It was Maslow that said back in the 50s. Nice timing. See that? That society is basically psychopathically orientated. This probably Motivation and Personality, published in the early 50s. He also writes about self-actualizers in there, and self-actualizers' potential problems with psychopaths, generally due to their kind-hearted nature. Well, maybe things aren't necessarily always that black and white, but that's the basic rubric, you know. But anyway, years later, mid-80s, I came across. I originally came across Herb Goldberg's the new male-female relationship, and this was a revelation. Look at this shit. Just happened to come at the same time, split off. I mean, that was basically the beginning of the end to the situation that was in, so I was trying to end it long before that. Caught up with this chronic narcissist, but I didn't actually learn the term narcissism until I was 30 or 31. Then 91, 92, that kind of thing. 90, 91 more like. Yeah. But anyway, when I was when in my mid-20s, 26, 27, I was 27, I came across an earlier book by Herb Goldberg called I've written about this as well. I've written about it on the net, on my stuff on script. This is more sinks. It's quite the sink. I see ya. Oh, another one with a car with the green wheels. I've got that in another video. It's in the sink here. See that they've got the red. Now we've got the white shoes, the green shoes now. Unfucking-believable, isn't it? Now this guy. Unbelievable, isn't it? The green is colour of car, another quote-unquote TI, target individual that got in touch with me relatively recently. I don't know, you tell me. There we go. And this side. There isn't actually a clear spot for you getting across without some bullshit from not minute to minute, but sometimes second to second. The constant distractions. I've got a bloody splinter. I've got splinters. What have I done? I'll need to pull these out. Ouch. Because what generally happens is it breaks and then you're fucking... Shit, man. That must be this. Yeah. Great for kids, huh? Does the job though, eh? Shit. No shortage of bikes, eh? I'll have to do it when I get in. Yeah, so Herb Goldberg's I came across the library, 1974 book, Creative Aggression, as it's called. Now, the thing about anger aggression is it's based on projection, as you come to learn. It's always projection. The only reason for getting angry at somebody is to make them feel guilty. But if you try and make somebody else feel guilty, you will feel guilty. So this is the downside to reacting against these people. And but what he's talking about is covert aggression, sneaky aggression. This disguised as something else. Indirect aggression. So he's describing this in a whole number of different instances and gives you, you know, tens, possibly hundreds of scenarios. Of course, what it hasn't done is linked it up to an organised campaign, but this was back in, it was published in 1974. The co-author was George Back. And what I'm saying is, he calls them the nice people, the quote-unquote nice people, the sneaky aggressors, basically. You know, passive aggression, indirect aggression. And it becomes, you know, before long you read this, I was reading it at the time, mid-20s, as I say, back in 87, what becomes apparent is that society is rife with this. I mean, other people, here's another twonk, right. I've written about this in different, forgotten the names, yeah. Looking for the intersect. Notice it's your swastika colours, red, black and white. I think it'd make the connection, eh? I do. Satanic Central. Basically, it's endemic, and as I say, other writers have talked about it, and written about it in context of narcissism, and saying this epidemic in narcissistic disorders or whatever. You know, and Ike talks about narcissism as well, and how they've permeated every facet of industry and business in the police, and it's basically the kind of people they're looking for in police and security and all the rest of it. to achieve the objectives that they want. So people will just automatically shut up because they know they're going, they might get the crap beaten out of them, or they'll just be set up with some fucking pretext. You end up in fucking court, prison, or committed or incarcerated, or end up on the streets homeless. I mean, that's another thing, the homeless stuff. It's been criminalised in various cities, as is sleeping in your car. Police are fucking beating them up and beating them to death and shooting them, and you basically become a non-person. And these people here, they're there to drive you to homelessness if they can, at the very least. So it's basically all connected. It seems to be unconnected, but of course, but it is. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, of course, like the lights. And what I'm saying is, going way back then. Apart from the fact that Stephen Knight writes about this in his book on the Masons, chapter 16, all this stuff was already in place. It's another one. Another one. Looking to cover every opportunity for you crossing the road. There's no shortage of these twonks, huh? Guy comes out the door. Again, who can say, huh? So you can't tell which is which. Anyway, what's perfectly apparent to me is that these sneaky aggressors, the quote-unquote nice people, your everyday citizens, your everyday do-gooders, everyday twonks, I'm not saying it's everybody, but I'm saying, this guy, paying too much attention. Red car, of course. Are basically the same people. Not literally the same people, but often literally. Not a bike there, I will say it. Literally the same people. Another one of these again. That are taking part in this. They're basically the same people. They have the same agenda, whether it's on an individual level, or a more organised level and system. But it's all lethal, as indirect emotional psychological aggression is intended to be. It's all about murder. As of course the Miracle says, what is not love is murder. That sounds a bit extreme, but that expresses it in a nutshell. And what these two people do, as well as what they are, is psychologically dissociate emotionally. And this is actually a way of being for them, if you like. This is their this is the way they think, the way they operate. They've always been like this. They're basically just looking for a pretext. Whether they've always, literally always been like this, or like psychopaths, which is just further end of the spectrum, or develops a blah 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 environment, circumstances, blah blah. There's another question. What Goldberg makes clear in his book is that these people, the quote-unquote nice people, the sneaky aggressors, practice this stuff on their kids. The no-touch covert torture, if you like, emotional, psychological torture through psychological binds, impossible situations. Or the ego's characteristic impossible situation, as Course in Miracles calls it. Through damned if you do, damned if you don't situations, gas lamp. Ding, ding. Which basically confuses the kids, arouses intense anger in them without an object, or basically gaslighting on, you might say, defenceless kids, and causes a split in their minds. This is the dissociation that you're basically destroying them, as emotionally, as psychologically, as again, you barely get a moment to a few spare seconds to cross the road. Anyway, as Herr Goldberg said, and they grow up to be these people. Some of these people. These people are the crime candidates. In short, this no-touch torture program, protocol, whatever you want to call it, that they practice, is the same thing that these sneaky aggressors play on the kids, do their kids, and in other circumstances, practice at work, and of course now we've got the mobbing, and I always knew it was a big problem. Other writers that I like Colin Wilson, that they just never seem to be writing about it, as if it was too trivial, and it is trivial. All this is basically trivial, but of course the intent behind it is lethal. Emotional, as Herr Goldberg said, to counter this, counteract this, it doesn't really matter how it looks or seems on the surface. What matters is the emotional impact. And it's clear it's the intended emotional impact behind it. Just check. Lost my thread. Gotta write this stuff down, eh? Best to do it right in the thick of it, so just illustrate it, Also, as the course said, it's just just the ego's characteristic of preoccupation with non-essentials. Another way of saying the whole thing is basically trivial. And as I say, another way of saying it is, another one. A fucking moment to yourself for crossing that road, which I'll have to do in a moment, obviously, and all the rest of the roads. There's hundreds of these people, isn't there? There's literally hundreds. When they decide to take somebody down, they're taking somebody down. When you're exposing them, when they know they're being exposed, they can only increase it. They could really only try and take you out one way or another, and that's what's in operation now. We've got to get this. We're taking this fucking guy down. We're taking this bloke out. Because the problem is they've had to absolutely reveal themselves. Ding! Just as this guy's ready. They've had no choice but to give themselves away. To increase the pressure, increase it until it's unmistakable. Of course, they'll get me for filming, having the camera. Filming people. They'll get me for that. That's where they want to stop, so that's what they'll get me for. Fucking hell, look at this. And that side, skateboarder. I think it's just busy around everybody. This is all for the other side, but I'm expected to be there, which we'll see in a moment when I start moving. So yeah, on the microcosmic level, you got all this shit, all the psyops that's going on. I mean, not to mention the more ambitious psyops going on with Boston, the Boston massacre, and Sandy Hook, and people said that the whole thing is fucking staged. Nobody was actually shot or this and that. I've got the same actors, crisis actors, turning up in different places. These grief-stricken people photographed separately, and another one in different places. And the same people, I assume, that'll turn up for the funeral and funerals. And I mean, people were saying there's something fucking weird about this. I mean, this is weird enough. This is weird enough. But when you get a whole bunch of people in a town, or I mean, what the hell, man? What the fuck is going on? It really is the Borg. It really is they live, And there's no shortage of these people. And these are people that will laugh at you, of course, tell you the conspiracy theories are rubbish, 911. That's just a conspiracy theory for nutcases. The fake moon landings. What the hell is that shit? Here. Over here. White car in front. Stops. Comes in. Sink. Conspiracy theories. They're for fruit and nut jobs. Screwballs. But yeah, I like this Mr. Sink there, directly opposite. I'll just stop here. Bloke comes out his van, did he? Red car. Park him here. Park his Sink here. Again, just as I might be moving off. Oh, quick, let's fuck off. Another one. This will be interesting. Lights. And amazing, isn't it? Car moves off. When they're finished. Yeah. The microcosmic level. I mean, not forgetting the whole satanic ritual abuse network behind it. Behind it all, The New World Order, Illuminati, what we want to call it. Yeah, I thought you'd be the back again. Right on time, The corruption permeating the judiciary, the court system, politics, here. Behind everything. Robert Greene talks about it, The whole Holly Gregg thing. He's looked to expose that. And the whole network behind it here in Edinburgh. They put him in jail for a year. For a breach of the peace. That sends a clear message, doesn't it? Also shows who they're protecting, as somebody pointed out on comment on YouTube. It's the same all over. The Procuring Kids Network, you know, kidnapping kids through the social work system and where's he in it? And supplying them to the you know the paedophile networks here in Edinburgh, but it's happening all over. And this is what he was talking about. This is what he was exposing. The whole place is fucking corrupt. Forgot I could have walked over here and got some free sandwiches. See you later. Corners. Pretend they're going this way. It can be so much fun. Ding! You gotta get a real job, man. The proverbial fools watching this opening. It's gay. Catching little lid. Just to make sure they move off exactly the right same time. See, somebody told them it's clever, and the ego instinctively believes it's clever, yeah? Because it's all of the ego in any case. The false self. That most people identify with, yeah. The ego's false autonomy. Not really knowing any better. Not caring. They don't see the harm it does to themselves. Ego tells you can safely harm yourself without harm everybody else without harming yourself. And ding, and ding. Maybe cross the road, eh? That way. And there's a guy coming from the top here, coming down. So obviously everybody in Edinburgh is literally surrounded by these people. Every person, every single person. Just me then. Apparently. There's other targets. Oh. These all serve as distractions when you cross. Looking to cross. And again. Never a clear moment, is there? Never going to any of these though. Let's check the mic about here. Let's whatever.